Good morning, folks. VA3EWV on the air. We back with you. Back in the shack this Sunday morning. And we're going to be getting my AllStar nodes all connected and stuff like that this morning. So what I'm going to be doing today is programming my radio, my AnyTone radio, with all the AllStar nodes that are active in Ontario. That's the plan. So if I'm in an area, or if I'm in, if I'm in access of a repeater that has AllStar, and I want to connect to any other repeater in Ontario that has AllStar, I'll be setting that up this morning. That's the plan. And like I'm in Ottawa a lot, and they have an AllStar repeater in Ottawa, but my home is in St. Andrews, that's right down the road from Cornwall. We have an AllStar repeater there, VA3PGC. So the plan, if I don't want to use Echolink, is to, and if I'm in my car in Ottawa, the plan is to connect to the Ottawa repeater and then be able to connect to the VA3PGC repeater. Now there are some rules and regulations. I guess, I don't know if they're written or not, but from what I've read and heard, you should identify yourself on the repeater that you want to use, see if there's any traffic. Then if there's not any traffic, then go on and proceed to, doing your connection. Now, I would just do this for short things. Hey, Devin, how's it going this morning? I would just do this for short things, just to get a hold of a buddy or something like that. Then you can tell them to call you on the phone or something like that. I wouldn't do it for long-winded QSOs or anything like that. But let's face it, I'm going to be looking in the eye and saying it because it's true. I would say over 80% of the time, the only thing that happens on a repeater is when the station ID comes up, right? So I'll be using this opportunity to connect to repeaters to talk to buddies back home when I don't want to use my Echolink. Because I was having a problem with, not a problem with Echolink as a, I wasn't having a problem with Echolink capabilities. Some people, hey Rob, how's it going this morning? Some people, they can make rules and regulations for their own repeater. Like I like to join this net called the Wake Up Net in the morning. That's in like Nova Scotia, that part of the world there. Devin can tell you more about that. He invited me. And one of my favorite repeaters that I like to use for Echolink, a lot of times it says that Echolink is not working on that repeater. And then when I connect to another one, because they have like nine or so repeaters connected for that morning wake up net, when I go to the other one, it says it only wants to allow local traffic. So I have to wind up trying to check into 4 or 5 different repeaters to get into that morning net. Anyway, let's get back down to why I was wanting to do this video this morning. And I'll show you what I'm going to be doing when I get the camera all set up here. So I'm going to turn it around and see if I can get a beam on this. So I'm going to repeaterbook.com. Okay, that's repeaterbook.com is where I'm going. And I'm just going to back up one more spot. I'm just going to go home, actually. See if I can get the camera a little bit closer here. Okay. So what I want to do was go to Ontario. There is a, let me just go here. So this is the repeaterbook.com and it's showing Canada, right? I think you guys can see that. And when you highlight over each one, it populates. So this is a pretty nice site. What I want to do is go to Ontario. So I'm going to pop on in there to Ontario. There we go. It says it has 597 repeaters in the database in Ontario. Now here's the situation. Not all this information is up to date, okay? If you're the person that's running the repeater or whatever, you need to keep it up to date, and a lot of people don't. And I've found that out. Also, I'm a new ham, everybody knows that. I was very excited to find out that, I'll make this a little bigger, they actually have repeaters for like 10 meter repeaters, 6 meter repeaters, 2 meter, 220, 70, 33. I didn't even know that. I thought repeaters were just, for VHF, UHF. I didn't know, and I know we have a 210 repeater too, but I didn't know that they had all these other things, right? So here you see AllStar, DMR. I'll be doing the DMR portion in another video. You have Echolink down the road here. There's Echolink. I actually like this IRLP because I know on our ProComNet there's a lot of IRLP repeaters. But today we're going to do AllStar. So I'm just going to go to AllStar here. Then it shows you your AllStar repeaters. Let's see if I can get this a little bit. Yeah, you guys can see that. So the green button over here, this is what I'm really interested in. It'll tell me if it's open. It'll tell me if it has AllStar, Echolink, and IRLP. And this one right here, I don't have this. I can't get to this frequency here. But this one has everything I would want. It has AllStar, Echolink, and IRLP. So that's one I'm gonna, when I get a better radio, I'll be definitely adding this one. Okay. So anyway, what I've done is gone through each one of these, looking specifically for AllStar, Echolink, and IRLP. I don't want it if it just says AllStar. I don't want that. So for instance, here's one here, and Campbellford. I can definitely do this one here. So it says it's on the air. Over here, I know it's probably hard for you to see, but it shows the repeater where it's at. And I see it's close to Belleville, right? It says it's on the air. It says that the Echolink is idle. And here's the login. Now what I do is I click here first. And I actually see if it is actually on the air. And it says as of February 4th, updated every 30 minutes from Echolink. So it showed me that it's actually on, right? It says if your node is not showing, you can control this in Echolink. Go to tools, yada, 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 and update the status. So that tells me right now, and then it shows me matching repeaters. So it shows me that VA3EWV, it shows me that too. Now this is important because some people say that the Echolink is actually online, and it's not. So that tells me that it's online. Now I'm going to go to the AllStar, click on that node number, and it shows me some great information here. Let me try to make this bigger for you guys so you can see it. So there's the node number. It tells you the call sign, the location. It says it's been up 16 days, 15 hours, 41 minutes. It has 4,336 key ups. That's a lot. Now, some of those key ups may be the thing doing its own time, and some do it every 30 minutes, some do it every hour. Okay. Transmit time 1 day, 9 hours, 2 minutes, and the commands executed was 17. And the commands, I'll be coming to that shortly, but here's a list of the commands here, and I have these on a sheet of paper because if you want to get into these things, you have to know the commands. That's there. And to put the commands in, your radio needs to have a microphone like this that has the buttons, because you have to use the star and the functions like that. Okay. Awesome. So right now that tells me that this one, this node here is operational. Okay. So VE3KRF. So see, you pop AllStar in, it pops you into another window here. You can choose what you want, and then it goes here. So VE3KRF. So I don't have that one in my radio, but I'm going to be adding that one to my radio. Okay, the VE3KRF. So what I'll be doing to do that, I'm just going to go into my folder here, and I'm going to get that my software ready to go for that. We have the big screen up here for that, but it's going to be showing down here. Yep, you can see the radio there, that's good. There's the other screen, that's good. So I'm trying to load up my AnyTone software right now. Okay, the AnyTone software is up. The first thing it does is, you know, your channels, then your zones, your lists, all that stuff. We're not going to go into any of that. But I know that if I'm adding stuff, it's going to be all the way at the bottom. So I'm just going to make my way to the bottom of the screen. And so here I had started adding. I can't make this one bigger, but I'll try to bring this closer. I had already started trying to add some of these. You see how it says AllStar? Now that's my node number for my little AllStar node. My little AllStar node is right here. That's my little Raspberry Pi thing with a little antenna on it. But anyway, my AllStar node is right there where it says AllStar 60092. So if you're local, like very local, like in my driveway local, you can connect to my AllStar node 60092, especially if it's on. Okay. So I have plugged in a couple already, right? So now with you guys on the thing with me here, oh, get my camera all situated here before this thing falls out. Okay. I'm sorry that it's not that, I don't have that good technology where I can like zoom in here. But let me go back to what I wanted to put in there. I want to put this one in, a VE3KFR. That's the one I want to put in now. So have all these screens. So I'll be working down the road here on this screen here, looking at the information here, and then I'll be inputting it over here. So here we go. So VE3KRF. So with the AnyTone software, you just double click on it. It pulls up this window here. So I'm going to go ahead and name this VE3KFR. Then I'm going to put the node number in because that's what I need. Now you're probably asking, hold on a second, 42620. 42620, okay. So 46220, and then I need to put in the downlink and the uplink. So I'm just gonna cut. I'm dyslexic. If anybody didn't know it, I'm pretty dyslexic. So if you see spelling errors on anything, it's not a spelling error. It's just that I have it like letters and numbers reversed. This has a minus 0.600 megahertz offset. This is analog mode, so I'm going to change to analog. I don't need the transmit power on high. I can put it on low. I always put it on medium. And then this one does have a tone. So down here where it says CTSS, I need to go into there. And their CSS tone up and down is 162.2. So I just scroll down and I find 162.2. There we are. 162.2. Okay, so that's all I have to do. The station, the AllStar node, the frequency, the tone. Now here's the thing: if I'm ever in Campbell Ford, Ontario, as soon as I just key up to the repeater, I'll have the repeater in there. So that's already easy. I'm already accessing the whatever that repeater offers. I'll be able to access that. But if I want to access that repeater from Ottawa, I'm not going to be able to reach it from here, of course. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to go to the Ottawa repeater that has AllStar, see if anybody's on there, and then link that repeater to this repeater. And then I can talk. So I'm just going to press OK here. Going to save that. So now that's saved. I'm going to set my COM to COM port 4 because that's what I have for my radio. And then I'm going to write that to the radio. So now the PC turned it, well, I say PC. I call my radio a PC because to me it's a computer. I know that all my buddies that have been out there in radios forever, they came up in the tube era and all that stuff, and in the era that all the screws would be so loose because they're always going into the radio to do something with it. We're living in a modern time now where we don't have to go inside of anything. If something doesn't work on this radio, I'm not going to fix it. It'll be cheaper for me to just buy a new one instead of doing all that stuff, sending it back and forth to here and there. So it's rebooted itself. My little computer radio has rebooted itself. It has the AllStar here on the screen. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can show it to you. 1 second. So it has the AllStar there on the screen. I'll get my... So I just put in... Oh, I have to add it now. So that's the screen now with just the stuff that I've already put in there. Okay. And my AllStar node is first, as you see. The reason why I put that in for it to start up first, I'll be logging into my own node to log into all these other nodes over here. Okay. So I have a couple of steps that I have to do to get this working right. Now that I have added this last AllStar node, VA3EWV, that's at 1891. What I want to do now is go to my zone, okay? Have a zone, and I have a thing called AllStar here. So I'll double click on that, and that says VA3EWV AllStar, and I'm trying to add VE3KFR. If I scroll all the way down, I have 1,891 things in my radio, and it'll hold even more than that. So I click on 1891 KFR. You can see the dyslexia popping in there. It just added it to this row here. I'll say OK to that. Okay. I'll save it. So the file's been saved now. I have to set my COM port. COM port 4 is not there. So what I have to do is unplug my PC or my radio. I call it a PC. I know it's not a PC, but you know. I'm gonna plug my cable back in. And now I'm back to COM port 4. And now I'm going to write that to the radio as well. Okay, so it's writing that to the radio. All right, it says the write's completed. The radio is rebooting. Okay, my radio has rebooted. I'm going to get the camera over here now. All right, now I'm going to test my own little node to make sure everything's working. I'll be using my keyer here. So one thing that I do, since I'm so new at this and I don't know it a lot, I just keep telling the thing, giving it a command to tell me the time. So it says here, if you want to announce the time of the day, you do *81. So here's my, so you have to press the mic, *81.
Time is 7:49 a.m.
So now I know I can at least get into my own, right? So what I want to do now is I want to connect to this AllStar node over here, 42620. And as we can see, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5 along, right? And when you look at your other AllStar stuff, some of those things are, it shows you here to connect to an AllStar load monitor only. You would just dial *, then 2, and then it's going to have to be a 6-digit number. Well, that's a 5-digit number, so I don't know what's going to happen there. So I'm going to just try doing *2, and then I'm going to try to do the 5 numbers and see what happens. Okay? I might have to add a 0, but we'll find that out soon. Let's see. So here we go. Key it down. Then *2. Then I'm going to do 42620. Let's see what happens.
VA3EWV connected to VA3EWV.
So see, I just connected to that repeater through AllStar. Now let me test. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor VA3EWV testing this AllStar repeater. Oh, I'm monitoring. That's not going to work, folks, because I'm monitoring it. So duh, it says here on the sheet that I'm in monitor mode only. So now that was successfully connected. Now what I want to do is disconnect. So it says to disconnect, you do *71 and then the node you put in. So it's very important that you know what node you put in. You know, but if you forget, if you look down at the bottom, it says *76 and that'll disconnect all nodes. So I'm going to just do *76 to make it easier for me. Here we go. So I press down the push to talk. And you heard that beep, beep. That means that it is disconnected. Now I'm going to try to connect to that, but like not monitor. So it says *3, and then it's the rest of the stuff. So let's get going here and see what happens.
VE3KFR connected to
Okay, now I'd like to test it. Here we go. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor, VA3EWV testing the VE3KFR AllStar repeater. Now, of course, no one's on there, but you get the point. I was actually connected to it, so if anybody's talking on that repeater, I'll be able to talk to them. So we all have learned that *76 disconnects you, so make sure you disconnect yourself and don't leave yourself connected. A lot of these repeaters like today, there's a Trans-Canada net and then a Procom net, so you don't want to be still on. So I'm going to disconnect that now. So press down, you push to talk. *76. Oh, and you hear the double tone. Okay, so that is that repeater there. So that was Campbell Ford that I had connected to, and it has now what I don't know how to do yet is to connect the Echo Link. That's my next thing to try to do, is to connect the Echo Link there, eh? So I don't know how to do that. I don't know if this is just for AllStar, these instructions here, but I've been having a hard time trying to connect to the Echo Link, so I'll just give it a try right now and see if I can't do that and see if it'll work or not. I might not have my excuse me. I might not have my radio or my little node set up correctly. Here we go. See, nothing happened. Anyway, we're not here to do the Echo Link anyway. We're there to do the AllStar. So I was able to connect to Campbell Ford. Let's see what else is on here. And I'll try to give you, so see, here's Packingham right here. And I think I tried to do Packingham. Let me see what happens here. It says on the air, and it says here, this one features LITZ, Echo prefix whatever, IROP, auto patch reserved for members. Visit the website, you know, so it's basically saying here, and see RLP, the last time it said was 2018 here, right? So it shows commands. I'll click on the AllStar node here. It says, see here, this node is reporting statistical data, is not reporting statistical data, or is offline. So when I went to program this one into the radio, I skipped it because it showed that it's offline, right? Now it could not be because it says members only, but they have a website. So Packingham does have a website there, you know, so it shows their website. It's all in French. I don't speak French, so I bailed. So that was it. I was out on the Packingham one, right? So I kept going down the list. I'm like, oh, Sudbury. I'm in Sudbury a lot. It says Rudy's restaurant is closed. So I don't know if that means closed or close. They could be like me. But I click on here for Sudbury. I go in. It shows where the repeater is right there in Sudbury. It shows AllStar. I go in there. It says no connections, but it's been up for 25 days. It has had no commands executed. And the commands are what I'm showing you here on this sheet of paper, right? So nobody has done any commands. So another thing that this helps you out with, you know how I was saying earlier, let me just turn the camera. You know how I was saying earlier that, you know, you want to make sure that you're being respectful for these other groups and stuff like that. But I have family that's in Sudbury. You know, I'm hoping to meet hams in Sudbury too. As you guys know, I like to talk a lot, so I would like to meet hams in Sudbury and be able to talk to them through their local repeater from here. I think that'd be awesome. But if you're going there and you see that there's like millions of lots of activity and millions of commands executed, you know, you don't want to sit there and talk to your buddy for 16 hours. You might just want to get a hold of him on the radio and then go to some other medium to finish talking. When I look here and it says that the transmit time in the last 25 days has only been 2 hours, and if I'm saying that the node is putting out commands by itself, that's probably just information off the node. Don't want to ramble here, but I think you get what I'm saying. Okay, so we'll go back to the. All right. See how it opens up different windows, eh? It just pops open a different window. I like that. That way you don't have to lose your space there. So that's VE3CAN. I don't have that one in my repeater. But I do have VE3PGC. So watch this. If I go back here and we keep going down, see, as you see here, it's all the 147. So this is all VHF. And there's your 220 repeaters there. And then it'll go to UHF. And if we keep on going down, we'll see that Cornwall Bonneville is right here.
Good morning. The time is 8 a.m.
So there's the Bonneville. And see how it shows over here. Oh, what am I looking at? Okay, over here, it actually shows its radius, right? This is kind of cool. That it'll show you, you know, how far you can get out there, right? So this is the 138. You can't probably see it on your screen here. But this is the 138, this orange little line, and then this is the 417. And I know for a fact that I can be in the parking lot at Calypso and I can get the PGC repeater. I've done it many times. Hey, Dave, how's it going this morning? Dave, what I'm talking about right now is connecting AllStar nodes to my AnyTone radio there. So that if I want to talk to other repeaters in other areas, I can connect to that doing that. So we see here for the PGC repeater, it shows the downlink and the uplink. It shows the tone here, what it's set to. It's Yaesu Fusion enabled. And when we click on hours here, they even tell you, if you do star 80, it'll force the command. If you do star 81, it'll do the time and date. So we're on VE3PGC now on the radio. So let's see if that works. So I'm keying down my push to talk. Star 80. So see, it just did the CWID. Now if you do star 81,
Good morning. The time is 8:02 a.m.
see how cool is that? I thought that was like special that you had to, you know, but anybody can do it. The commands are listed publicly. As you see there, you can go to the website, and if anybody can get into the repeater, they can do it. And since we are on top of things, or semi on top of things, because I've seen some on top of things I'll show you an on top of thing here. VA3PRW, these guys, they got it going on. You know, I got a little bit of crying and stuff from the local club. Oh, recording. These folks here, they have a live feed on their repeater. Come on now. I wish we could do this. Heck, I'd pay for this to have our repeater sit there live stream. So you can click on play there and log into their repeater all day long and talk on it. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, enough of those people out there showing out. We still have here in our local club where it'll bring you to our website and stuff like that. So I'm very, very happy that we are mid-modern. Mid-modern. I'm not talking smack. I'm just saying we're mid-modern. I gotta just say it like it is. This is what's on the screen. I'm just showing you what's on the screen. I hope and pray that one day we get super modern. Like you see these folks over here at VA3PWR. But if that doesn't happen, I'm taking my advanced course as we speak. And one day I can probably have my own repeater. And if I do, I'm going to be modern. Anyway, okay. So what did we learn today? We learned how to go to the AnyTone software. We learned how to plug in a channel, right? So we have our channel here at the bottom that we plugged into. We went in here. We put all the settings in. We pressed OK. We had to write it to the radio. We tested it. It was connected. So that's all great. Now I want to test the local one here. So I'm going to just save those changes there and get out of this program. Okay, we're finished with that. Now we're going to go to the radio here. And as you see on the screen, I hope you can see it. Well, maybe you can't see it, but it says VE3PGC. But we don't want that. We want to go to AllStar. That's my node that's here on the desk. That's my node there. Okay? So let's pretend now that I'm in my car because I got this for a reason. It can connect to Wi-Fi. It can connect to Ethernet cable that you see here or Wi-Fi. I don't have to have the cable on. And also, I can have this in my car and connect to my phone via hotspot. It's a little complicated. I'm having a person help me to get it done, but it can be done. Also, if I bring this to my daughter's house, I already have the connection set up that it recognizes her Wi-Fi as well. And my daughter that's in Gatineau, I have the Wi-Fi set up in there as well. So I can connect to my Wi-Fi here in St. Andrews, the Wi-Fi there in Canada, or the Wi-Fi in Gatineau. I'm already set up. So I can bring this device, have my handy talkie with me, and actually log into my node with my handy talkie and be able to talk all over. So I don't have the handy talkie, well, it's over there, but I'm on the radio here in front of me now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simulate logging into the VE3PGC repeater and seeing if I can maybe find somebody to chat with there. So to connect, it says star 72. No, that's monitor. So star 73 to connect. Okay, star 73 to connect. So what I'm going to do now, well, since I got this fancy radio, first of all, I'm going to go over and see if there's anybody on VE3PGC. So I have the volume up on that, and I see already that I don't hear any traffic on VE3PGC at the bottom. So I'm just going to go back over to my one at the top there and turn the volume down here. Okay, so star 73 and the node. Now this is going to be hard because this thing has been around so long, it has 4 digits. So I hope and pray that this works, because it may not work. I might have to do like 2 zeros. I might have to do star 73, 2 zeros, and then wait, I might have to do star 73, then 2 zeros, followed by 2579. So I'm going to see, hey Hunter, how's it going this morning? So let me see if this is going to work. Let's test it out. So I'm going to press you have to press the push to talk. And since it's my own node, I have to wait a couple seconds. So see, here's the node here. So I'll have to wait a couple seconds. Let's see if this works. Here we go. Star, what does the paper say? Star 73. Okay, here we go. my God. It worked. That's pretty exciting. Okay, let's see if I can find somebody. I saw Rob out there and Dave, and I see Hunter. Let me see if I can connect to someone through my AllStar node now on VE3PGC. Let's see. Here we go. This is exciting, and I'm also nervous. Okay, here we go. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor testing the AllStar node of VE3PGC. Is anybody monitoring this frequency? No. Oh, I heard something.
VA3EWV, V3ARF.
Hey! VE3ARF, Rob, how's it going this morning?
Very good. Just following along, and yes, everything seems to be working fine. And I'll let you continue on with your instructional video, V3ARF.
Okay, VE3ARF, before you go, how do I sound on your end since I'm going through this little node? How do I sound on your end? Over?
I wouldn't be able to tell. I couldn't tell if I was just sitting here and you keyed up the repeater. I thought it sounds just like you're coming through normally.
Okay, well, I really appreciate that. Thank you for the letting me see that this works. I'm pretty excited about it. I was pretty doggone nervous too because, you know, our repeater, it has our AllStar thing has 4 digits. And I know in some of the documentation that I was reading, it says everything has to be 6 digits. And even on the paper that you see here, the examples show it's a 6-digit, you know, star, blah, blah, blah. Well, not 6, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5 digits, eh? And ours is only 4, so I didn't know if I was going to have to add a 0 there. Anyway, thank you so much there, Rob, and all the people that are listening. It was a pretty exciting demo. I was very nervous doing it. I got, from start to finish, I programmed my radio, I tested it, and then I even got somebody on there. So this is really great. I can't wait till I'm back in Ottawa. I'll be able to go to the local repeater there and log into the AllStar repeater here in Cornwall. Anyway, VE3ARF, thank you so much. VA3EWV, and that ends this test. 7-3, and I'm clear. Thank you there, Rob. VA3HWF, I heard you coming in. I think that was you, but Rob was talking at the same time. Go ahead.
Knocking off your little box.
Say that again. You're saying talking on the little box. Is that what you said, over? Yeah, that's why I was asking Rob how I sounded there. I'm talking off of my little AllStar node that's right here on the desk beside me. That's why I was wondering. Well, the first thing I wanted to make sure it was working. So it's working because I'm talking to you. And the next thing I want to do is check the audio because it is digital going over the internet, eh? Yeah, so I'll have to work on, like, when people ask how they sound, I'm only on my AnyTone radio, and I think that speaker is like 1.5 inches across. I don't know. So it's not like I have some great sound system to say. But Hunter, I was very nervous this morning trying to do the informational video. Very excited that it works. Now I have to struggle to get the Echo Link site working. I have a little time this morning. And I was sitting there playing around and putting that little video together mainly for myself. And, you know, they say if you play around with stuff, you learn more about it. So I learned how to program this morning. I was in the Raspberry Pi there and using two programs to try to get everything working, and it's been a successful little demo. Thank you, VE3HWF and VE3ARF.
Thing, Ernest, I figured I'd let you know is that you've got a lot of humming in the background. Over.
Yeah, that's probably this. It's probably either the thing itself, because I don't know if you could hear it, but the fan runs a little loud. And also, I'm using Art's old precision regulated DC power supply. Or I got that from Rick, whichever one. And it does have a bit of a hum to it. Sometimes I have to tap it on the top. Give it a couple of taps, and then she acts right for me, okay? You know, that's the good part about the radio. You have to figure, it's something always to figure out, eh?
Ernest, I think you might want to look into your power supply there. That was pretty bad. I actually lost you over the humming and the static a few times.
Okay, awesome. And that's good to know. That's why I want to just test this stuff, because I don't have any equipment that I can listen to myself with, right? That's why I have to depend on you guys to let me know what's going on. Now I have to use some of that education I've been getting in these classes to figure out what the hum is, right? So I do have another power supply that VE3 Echo Victor made for me. So what I'll do later on, probably next week on the next video, I will connect that power supply and still see if that's happening. And if that's not it, maybe it's, who knows? It could be so much stuff that I've learned in radio, eh? It could be a lot of different things. I wouldn't mind knowing what it sounded like on your end. So if you could maybe take a little recording with your phone while I'm talking so I can hear it, that would be great, because I can't hear what I sound like, right? I can only just depend on you guys to tell me. So if I can hear what it sounds like, I can probably try to figure out what's happening on my end. Over.
Right now, I'm currently driving, and like any responsible driver, I'm not going to sit there without my phone and start recording stuff. Over.
That definitely makes sense. VA3HWF. Rob, VE3ARF. Were you hearing the same humming and stuff when I was talking to you? Over.
I heard a very minor hum. I didn't lose you at all. I don't have any garbling on your audio. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just my ears. I can pull out a weak signal over the North Pole from China. So, hearing you, I can't catch everything perfectly. And, like I said, there was a minor hum. It sounded like when you put your microphone closer to your computer monitor, you might have picked it up. But other than that, there was nothing that was making me lose anything that you were saying.
Yeah, I've been trying to get used to, thank you there, VE3ARF. I've been trying to get used to my mic as well, because, I mean, for those of you that are watching, I'm at an arm's length right now talking on my microphone. And I think that people, like when I'm doing the nets and stuff like that, my own, the nets on the Monday nights and stuff like that, I talk with my microphone an arm's length apart. And if you're watching the video, you can see how my hand's really covering the actual mic, because there's just two holes at the bottom. But when I talk to it up to my face like this, I get a little bit of complaining. They say it sounds like I got a beep in my mouth. So I try to put it hand length back. But anyway, the test has been successful for at least connecting the little AllStar node to the VE3PGC repeater. And I'll go ahead and disconnect that now. Thanks everybody for helping me with the test. Thank you, VA3HWF. Thank you, VE3ARF as well. And I'm going to be 7-3 and clear and close out my video. 7-3 to you all. Okay, now what I have to do is disconnect the thing. VA3PS. I was gonna actually call you today. The last comment I saw that you were in Toronto. I haven't heard from you in like a month. How you doing, Dean?
Not bad. But hey, you guys know today's Sunday and day of Sabbath. You know, you doing any work and you disturbed the airwaves this morning. They're busy. Wow. You know, like when you shocked me right out of it, and I'm really surprised that this active so early in the morning. You guys should, you know, like respect the day of Sabbath.
Oh, that's cool. That's funny. Then you have me cracking up over here. Yeah, it is the day the day that the Lord hath made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. But also, this is the only day I can get to get on the radio. And just for your knowledge, I was up here at 5:30 this morning, so I have to get it done before I hear the wife with the coffee pot. Because once the XYL is up, it's over with for me. I only have I'm only allowed on the radio because I'm only home 2 days a week now, Dean. But I'm allowed on the radio at 1 o'clock to 3:30 because we have our advanced class from 1 to 3:30. It's so good hearing from you as well. And now I don't have to call you because I haven't heard from you in such a long time. I just wanted to see if everything was okay.
Oh yeah, but I mean it is Sunday. It's supposed to be quiet. You know, like just like the rest of the week, Monday to Friday or Monday to Saturday. You guys are really disturbing the airwaves. I mean, oh, you should be ashamed of yourselves. No, well, VA3EWV. WF. I had HWF.
Okay, folks, that's it for me. Yeah, so that's it for me, folks. That's a great test there. You heard two different people saying the quality of the audio there. So it was two different things. I don't have anybody on the other end to let me know how, like, to send it back to me so I can see what it sounds like. Hey there, Michael. How you doing today, too? Is that VE3LI out there watching? Anyway, thank you guys for helping me out with that little info video, and have a good rest of your day. I'm going to go see what these guys are out there too, and I'll disconnect that AllStar node. Like I said, we have the Trans-Canada net today at 1 Eastern, and we have the Procom net tonight at 8, so I don't want my node connected. Have a good day, everybody. VA3EWV, and we're going to be clear. All right, bye-bye.